Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are doing absolutely well. So today, it's going to be a little different type of video. I'm going to be making coffee and also talking to you guys about a beautiful experience that I had yesterday. And it was with my dad, right? So the title of the video is Spend More Time with Your Dad. And it's honestly true. Spend more time with your dad, right? Hold on, let me get a cup right now. Get one of these right here. Yeah, so spend more time with your dad, right? I'm not sure if a lot of you guys already do this, but if you don't, I would highly recommend you do it, right? Because, you know, being a dad it's not easy, right? I've learned that recently, that being a dad is, you know, it's a lot of sacrifice, right? You have to provide for the household, you have to, you know, teach your son or daughter good morals and virtues, right? You have to, like, be present with them always, right? Because if you're not a present father, your kids are gonna have that resentment towards you throughout, you know, their whole life, right? So I don't know why I look super orange, but who cares? We're gonna keep rolling. So as you can see right here, the coffee right here, about to put it in there. Gas. All right, and now I'm gonna put some milk, as you can see, and now like adding some agave to it. But yeah, so let me just make my coffee and then I'll, you know, break down to you guys how my morning was yesterday, which is absolutely awesome. Yesterday I had an amazing morning, bro. I seriously, like, yesterday was one of those mornings that, like, I'll never forget, you know, and it'll always stay close to my heart, right? So essentially yesterday I went to the park. I drove there. Shoot. That's whatever. I know for a fact all the Italians would piss at me because I'm making coffee in the most American way possible. It's fine. Spend some time with your dad. All right. I know that's like a no-brainer, and obviously you should spend time with your dad, but it's true. Look at this. I got a beetle coming at me, right, bro? Like, I swear, this is the problem when you live in a neighborhood where there's always noise or something going on. Like, could you not, like, when I was making this video, I literally had a school bus come out of nowhere loud, and then some car revving its engine. Like, it's insane, bro. Like, you know, there's always something going on in my neighborhood, man. But the point of this video is spend some time with your dad, all right? I know it's like, obviously, like, oh, obviously you should do that, but no, seriously, spend some time with your dad. Spend some quality time with your dad, right? Yesterday I spent some really, really good quality time with my dad. It's beautiful, bro, I swear. But yesterday I spent some really good quality time with my dad. Basically, my dad told me 2 days ago, he was like, son, we're gonna wake up at 5:30, and then you're gonna go drive to the park, and then we're gonna run, and then we're gonna go and eat, right? Breakfast, right? So basically this happened yesterday, and well, I woke up early. I woke up at 5:30. I did my usual morning routine. I meditated, journal, I prayed, and then afterward I did my hygiene, and then I got ready, and then I told my dad, let's go. And then he was like, all right, let's go. So he gave me the keys. I drove. By the way, I recently got my permit, so that's why I'm driving. But basically, he gave me the keys, and he said, son, drive. And well, we drove to the park. We got to the park. I parked, and then he gave me my watch, and well, I stretched, warmed up, and then I ran. And then I ran 3 miles. It was a really, really beautiful. This park that I went to is actually my childhood park. It's where I would play soccer. I swore I would play soccer. And it's just, that park just brings back so much memories to me, man. I mean, the days where I would score bangers and dribble defenders, and it was just awesome. So basically, like, you know, I ended up getting my watch, and then I ran 3 miles. Pace 7, and well, as I was running, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a little hard because I haven't ran, like, you know, fast like I did yesterday in a while. So I was a little tired, but thankfully I was able to, you know, finish it. So, you know, after I finished the run, I went back to the car, I relaxed, I drank some water, I enjoyed the beautiful sunrise, the beautiful breeze. I enjoyed, like, you know, me sweating and just, like, you know, feeling relaxed and refreshed. I enjoyed the beautiful view, the presence of, like, people setting up for soccer games and food stands and everything. I enjoyed the moment, and it was honestly awesome. After I did that, my dad came, and then, well, we spoke for a bit, and then I got the keys, and then as we drove to the donut shop, and when we drove, he was talking to me about, like, you know, religion, Catholicism, life lessons he learned and things he experienced, and it was just awesome. And then, well, we got to the donut shop, and then in the donut shop we both ordered a coffee. He got a muffin and coffee, I got a coffee and a croissant, and then, well, we just sat there, and then we just spoke and talked, and had a good time. And my dad, we were talking about religion and, you know, life and sports and, you know, fitness and all health and all kinds of things. And then my dad actually told me something. He was like, son, in life you must always do good deeds. And you want to know how we're gonna show that right now? We're gonna do a good deed right now. And what my dad did was he gave me like $7, and he said, go give that $7 to that homeless person over there. I got up and gave it to him, and boom, took action and did a good deed, right? So, and then afterwards, after we finished our coffee and then our bread and our croissant and muffin, I got in the car, I drove back home, we got home, we relaxed a little bit, then we showered, and then I showered, and then afterwards we went to church, and then that was the morning, man. It was honestly, it was such a beautiful, beautiful morning I got to spend with my dad, man. It was great because, you know, we first woke up early, did something hard, and then we were able to enjoy our nice coffee and our muffin and our croissant. So it was honestly some quality time that I was able to spend with my dad. It's literally a Beatle right there, but the Beatles. But basically, like, it was just some awesome quality time that I got to spend with my dad, and it really made me reflect on how, like, you know, these moments I should really enjoy and cherish and appreciate, because, you know, I don't know when it's going to be the last or when it's going to be my last. So the best thing I can do is just enjoy the now and spend so much time with my mom, my dad, my siblings, my family, and everything, right? So I challenge you, after you finish watching this video, is spend some quality time with your dad, or your mom, or your dad, or your mom, or your sister, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpa, whatever it is. Spend quality time with them, right? And honestly, like, you know, yesterday when I spent some time with my dad, I was able to really realize that, you know, it's not easy being a father, right? It's not easy, right? You have to teach your son or daughter good morals and teach them how to succeed in life, right? It's not easy. And, you know, that's why I appreciate my mom and dad so much, and that's why I try my best to work super hard so I can make them proud and I can retire them one day, right? Because, like, our parents, they do so much for us, right? You know, they give us food, shelter, clothes, transportation, a roof over our head, beds. They do so much for us, and the best thing we can do for them is just work super hard and become successful and retire them. We got to repay them for everything they have done for us. So yeah, and also just a little quick story. I remember a while ago in my chemistry class, my teacher actually told us, and she was like, I want you guys to write a letter to someone you really love in your life. And well, I was like, okay, I'm gonna write a letter to my mom, my dad, and my sister. So I did that, and I wrote the letter, and my chemistry teacher, she was like, all right, now I want you guys to go home and give that letter to the person you wrote it to, right? And I was like, oh shoot, I'm a little nervous to do that, right? Like, I love my family, but, like, I usually never do these things, you know? But then afterwards I reflected, and I was like, you know what? I don't know when it's gonna be my last. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, right? So might as well just do it, right? So I did it. I got the letter. I called my mom, dad, sister, and I told them, hey, mom, dad, and sister, I wrote this card for you guys, and I want you guys to read it. They read it. They loved it. They enjoyed it. They hugged me. They kissed me. And I was like, I felt really happy. So I also challenge you to do that as well. Write a letter to someone you love in your life, and just write that letter, and then when you see them, read out loud that letter. And I promise you they'll be happy and they'll really appreciate it. All right, so I know this video was about, you know, the title was spend some time with your dad, but honestly, not just with your dad, but with your mom, your siblings, your aunts, your grandma, whoever it is you love in your life, just spend some time with them, right? The reason why I said spend some time with your dad is because I spent some quality time with my dad yesterday, and I really think every guy should spend some time. Every guy should spend time with his dad, quality time, right? I don't mean like, hang out with your dad and then scroll on your phone on Instagram Reels and YouTube. No, that's stupid, right? No. Just be in the present moment and spend some quality time with your dad, right? Don't get off your phone, none of that. Just you and him talking, man to man, speaking about life and God and religion and whatever it is you want to talk about, right? So spend some nice quality time with your dad or with any of your loved ones. Full focused in the present moment. Give them your undivided attention. And I promise you'll feel pretty happy. You'll feel happier than you did before. All right, I low-key wasn't feeling the best 3 days ago because I'm currently in summer and I have free time. And I'm really taking this YouTube and content creating things pretty serious. And well, it's kind of hard sometimes making videos, but I gotta push through, right? So I was feeling pretty bad 3 days ago, but then I prayed, and then yesterday had an amazing morning, and that honestly made it all better, right? Going on a run, spending time with my dad, and having some coffee and donuts made it 10 times better. So yeah, that's the video. See you guys. And as always, I believe in you, but God believes you more. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.